What is going on, guys? It's your boy Az. We are back here. Today we're going to be discussing ThunderStrike Raids again, but we're going to be going over the Node 7. I do want to apologize again here because I did wanted to get this out to you guys earlier, but unfortunately we just had a crazy day yesterday and wasn't able to, go through my videos and gameplay footage and all that stuff. There was previous footage as well already out from my last my last dance with the ThunderStrike raids. So I did have, that link kind of floating around in my videos, but this one is a little different because I wanted to kind of talk about the importance of this Node 7, and also we're going to be trying a different variation of the teams because my last my Node 7 run, it was done with Brimstone. And of course, you're able to use, actually Winter Guard, New Mutants, and the Immortal weapons as well. And for this one, we're going to try the Immortal weapons because that's important because, I think this infographic kind of displays it well here. If we're able to use the Immortal weapons on this node instead of the Brimstone, this actually, from a min-max perspective, this allows the Immortal weapons to take out 4 of the nodes that we need. Now, why is that important? Well, when you combine the 4 nodes that they can do, plus the 2 nodes that the Vigilantes can do, that means you can do 6 out of the 7 nodes with 2 teams. Now, why is that important? Well, it's important because in a game where we are just crunched with resources right now, in terms of both gold and training materials and gear, tier 20 gear, it is definitely the most efficient path forward. And I think what I'll do is I'm gonna actually try to see if I can maybe pump out another video to kind of show, just to kind of go more in depth into this. And of course, it may not help you guys out now if you're not able to participate in the ThunderStrike raids, or if perhaps the first run, things didn't go the way that you wanted to, or maybe you just don't have these characters built up. But having said that, maybe in the future, maybe when these raids do come back in some shape or form, or if they stay permanent later on as something else, then at least we will have this information available, and then you guys can kind of use it, at your discretion, and of course, make those types of decisions and decide, hey, do I want to be putting resources into this raid team, or do I not give a do I not give a rat's ass about ThunderStrike raids and I have better things to do with my resources and all that good stuff. But yes, I'm hoping this helps out. And yeah, let's jump into the gameplay here. Okay, so yeah, we finished off the other 6 nodes, and now we can kind of handle the 7th one here. And yeah, if you guys have already seen my footage from before, we did Brimstone this before, but we're not gonna do it this time because actually I did some testing with this node way back, the last time we did this, and we're gonna go in here, and the most important factor in using Immortal weapons is you need a sack wave. There's no way around it. We have to sack and absorb Franklin's ult because Franklin and Sue, they're just gonna absolutely decimate us. Now keep in mind, my characters are only 105, so theoretically if your characters are bigger than mine, they might be able to one-shot it, but for the purposes of this video, we'll show you guys how it's done here. And again, bear with me here because I actually haven't done this since the last time, so I'm hoping like the strategy still sort of kind of works. But anyways, yeah, so he opens up with a big ult, and that's bad because it basically just strips everything down, and it really doesn't matter what we do here. We throw the special because we can, and yeah, and this is the most important part. So right here is kind of where you want to pause in case somebody dies, and then you just get ready here now to back out in case we can't revive. But what we want now is we want to get to Iron Fist's turn so that he can do the revive, and then hopefully he brings them back this time, unlike the last node. So we should get the revive here, and that's great. So we have everybody alive now, and yeah, this is kind of where you can maybe try to get through it, but I would just recommend backing out right here. That's what we're going to do, and that's important because it's just, Nova just wasted his stun. But that's important because we really do not want to play against this team without the proper buffs in place, which is our safeguard, right? Our immunity and all the other stuff that we spawn with. So that sack is going to be incredibly important. And again, you know, fingers crossed this still works. You can also, if you're not comfortable with the immortal weapons, you can also brimstone this with a sack as well. And actually, you don't even need to brimstone sack. Brimstone will just take care of it. If you guys have seen my other footage, Brimstone absolutely just decimates this node, thanks to Doctor Strange and Daemon being, you know, integral pieces to this. But as you guys can see here, we'll jump in here again. And fingers crossed we can get it done here. But it should be fairly straightforward because now we don't have Franklin's ult stripping everything. We're going to come in with energy. We're going to come in with immunity. We have that damage reduction as well. Superior Spider already used his special as well. So that is nice because then we don't have to worry about another, you know, ability block if Franklin does his thing. And again, this looks pretty gross here. But once we get our turn, and again, we got that damage reduction. Once we get our turn, Lady Bullseye is going to do what she's good at. This is going to allow us to strip. And do keep in mind, guys, I don't know if this is doable with ThunderStrike. I did try it last time before with ThunderStrike, and I kept dying. So I don't know if it is. It might be doable, but I didn't test it here. So just so you guys know. So anyways, we go in here again. And again, we get our heals and all that other stuff. And really, at this point now we can kind of start doing our thing, which is like the rewind, the kills. Right here, cluster, rewind. This is going to control everything here. And again, you can kind of see now we're kind of taking control. We'll throw the stun. And then, yeah, people start dropping on us. And then the next wave drops. And again, Lady Bullseye, she can strip everything down. We'll throw the big fat ult right there. She's going to do her thing. And yeah, literally the next guys that drop here are kind of, you know, they're not as dangerous, right? Franklin and Sue were kind of the big pieces here that made this node so painful. And probably one of the reasons why people got suckered into New Mutants, right? Because I, for one, definitely for sure thought maybe the New Mutants was the only team to do it, but then people started experimenting with teams, and of course I can't take credit for this team because somebody else on Discord mentioned it, and of course I had to try it, so I did it last time, and yeah, it does hold true here. I just wasn't able to get footage of it last time because I didn't, at that point we had already completed ThunderStrike Raids. So as you guys see here, we're all kind of done here. I think what we're gonna do here is we're gonna exit out. Instead of linking you guys my footage for the last one, we'll exit out here so you guys can kind of see. Yeah, right when you're down to the last two guys, you know, I think you can kind of tell here there's no way we're gonna lose here. So it's yeah, it's one of those situations now where it's just, yeah, we our characters are built for this, and this is important, like I said, because if your immortal weapons can do oh, whoops, I got it, whoops, it auto basic. If your immortal weapons can clear all 4 nodes, then really you just need vigilantes to clear the other 2, and you can get 6 out of the 7 nodes, and that's going to be able to get your awakened passive, and that's what everyone wants, right? That's the goal, right? Everybody wants that awakened passive material because you know, it allows ThunderStrike to, you know, be able to stop speed bar, and that's what we want in Cosmic Crucible. So anyways, we'll just jump in here. I don't really think the formation matters. You can throw in ThunderStrike as well if you want. I think he adds quite a bit of the tankiness to this team, but because we already did that initial sack, keep in mind it's going to be a lot easier because we took those ults already. If you don't do the initial sack, even with Brimstone, it hits pretty hard. So yeah, just keep in mind it does work. Like I said, I have my other footage, and I will still link it so you guys have it, so you guys can look at it if you want to look at the one-shot method. But because we sacked Franklin and Sue's you know, their massive ults, it is going to be considerably easier. And yeah, see, so she starts off with her special, and ThunderStrike, you'll see here, he's so beefy. Every time they hit him, he's just going to heal himself back up. So that's why I have him as a healer ISO 8. And I don't really know if he even gets past like half health. He's just so beefy. So right here, we'll open up with the big ult. That's going to give speed bar to all our speed up to our Brimstone members. And then, yeah, as you can kind of see here, Daemon's going to do his big ult. And if this kills, we'll double tap. Nope, so we didn't get a kill, so it's no big deal. But Either way, once we get to Doctor Strange's turn, oh yeah, he's got an ult there too, I guess, because of the fact that we. Oh yeah, see, everybody's just kind of dying here. See, we're getting energy on death, because yeah, people are just, because when they attack, ThunderStrike hits back. So yeah, special, this should kill off a few people, and you guys can kind of see this is way smoother and faster than the Immortal Weapons was at the start. But yeah, the sack wave really does make that much of a difference, honestly. It's kind of bonkers. But people were thinking you have to one-shot this, and you have to take those ults. No. You can actually, you may even be able to do it 3-shot style. Right after Franklin ults, you could probably just back out. So then you can, like I said, just if the cooldowns and stuff are off, then you can go in here and you don't have to worry about Franklin stripping stuff down. But yeah, ThunderStrike is big on this one. You can do it with a 5-piece Brimstone, but I feel like a lot of people do have ThunderStrike leveled up because, they were trying to figure out alternate strategies with this one. And yeah, like I said, we are able to get this done fairly smoothly, just like our last time. And yeah, I hope that makes sense. Yeah, I don't really know if there's too much else for me to say here, but I will kind of leave you guys with the fact here, just rehashing out that, yeah, the 7th node is very important because you can skip some of the other nodes and you can jump to the 7th node because that can be your extra cushion, right? That could mean the difference for maybe your 7 red unlock, or maybe it could be the difference for your passive awakened material unlock. Yeah, or maybe you're aiming for the diamonds. So the 7th node really is kind of like a freebie if you have Brimstone or Immortal Weapons built up. And if you do, then yeah, that most likely means you also can do the other nodes. And again, let's jump back into this infographic. Like I said, if you're able to have Vigilantes with Quasar and you're able to have Immortal Weapons, you're going to be able to do the 6 nodes, which actually comes out to about 18 in total. So that's going to be able to get you your Awakened Passive material because you only need 16 for the Awakened Passive. And you'll just be actually one node short, actually, I think, for the other, I think it's the other Awakened material. I forget if it's the alt or if it's the, oh man, I can't remember. I gotta pull it up somewhere. But either way, guys, hopefully this has helped you guys out. Hopefully this makes sense. Like I said, stay tuned. I think what I'll do is I'm going to compile everything into a nice little min-max sheet for you guys so you guys can have a look at it. And yeah, even if it's not useful right now, maybe when ThunderStrike Raids do come back next time, or when you guys are leveled up and you're able to figure out what characters you want to use for these raids, then at least you'll have a better decision, and you can kind of figure out, hey, do I want to go full in on Immortal Weapons, or should I go Brimstone instead, right? Because end of the day, you want to make sure you're maximizing your resources smartly, right? So anyways, guys, I hope this was useful. Sorry again, I wish I would have got this out to you guys earlier, but yeah, like I said, life sometimes just happens. And otherwise, guys, I will see you guys in the next one.